Okay, my name is Lim Jit Ning. I teach physics at Hwachong Institution in Singapore. Yes, I study in Singapore. So in Singapore, we have 6 years primary school, 4 years secondary school, and 2 years junior college. So after my junior college, I have to serve national service for 2.5 years in the Singapore Army. And following that, I went to the National University of Singapore to read physics. And I spent 4 years there to get a bachelor degree. Following that, I went to the USA, Louisiana State University for my PhD program. And so for my PhD, I spent about 2 years going for the qualifying exam. Following that, I start on my research. And I went to Japan to work on an experimental high energy physics project. And I spent 2 years in Japan. Really had a great time in Japan. And following that, I came back to the US to graduate. And I worked for Penn State University as a postdoctoral researcher. I spent some time at the Fermi Lab in Chicago to build some equipment for my experiment. And following that, we went to Germany. I was in Hamburg, Germany, working at the National Lab in Germany. This is an electron-proton collider. And I spent about 4 years in Germany working on the research project. After 2 years with Penn State University, I switched over to McGill University from Canada and had a great time. So when in Germany, I also have an opportunity to go over to CERN in Switzerland to build a small detector for the main experiment in Germany. So basically, that is my educational experience. For study, I think that my foundation, of course, was in Singapore. But I find that the education system in Singapore is very different from in the US. So in the US, the universities are very strong. And so when I first went to the US, I had some difficulty. In Singapore, when we do a physics program, half the time is spent on pure physics and the other half is on applied physics. So effectively, I have about 2 years of pure physics. So when I started my my graduate program in the US, I have classmates coming from Hong Kong, China, Thailand, and different parts of the world, including Korea, of course. And they have a very strong foundation in pure physics. So I really struggled for a while. But after some time, I managed to finish and pass my qualifying exam. But the applied physics background that I had in NUS was very helpful when I started on my PhD research, which is experimental physics. So I find that I'm quite good with the hands-on things, and that was very good. So in terms of the education, I think they are very different, and I really learned a lot. In Singapore, at that time when I was a student, things are very structured. So everything is planned for us. We just have to move from one year to the next and following the program. But in the US, they have many options. So students have to decide what they want to do, how they plan their curriculum. So that was something very new for me. So Singapore is more structured, US is unstructured, and the students have to plan what they want to take, which year they want to take it. I don't have much experience in terms of Japan and Germany. Basically, I was there doing my research, so I really cannot say too much about these two countries. In Singapore, there are many secondary school. So different country will call it high school. So for us, it's a 6-4-2 program. That means 6 year primary school, 4 years secondary school, and 2 years junior college. Some countries, they have 6-3-3. So ours is 6-4-2. So Hwachong, like many other school, students will apply to come in. And because Hwachong have a very strong academic foundation, so there's a lot of students who like to come to Hwachong. So it's very competitive, and they gain entry to Hwachong based on their academic results. So that's how we choose the students. Um, it is also what we call an independent school. So the government started it about 10 years ago. Some schools are given this independent school status. So the difference is that for independent school, the government will give a sum of money based on the number of students. And then the school will have its own human resource function as well as the finance department. So the school get a lump sum and they are able to hire teachers whichever they choose. So most of the teachers in Singapore have to get a diploma in education or a degree in education. But for Hwachong, the school can decide to hire an engineer to become a teacher, and then they will do some preparatory course that conducted by more experienced teachers in Hwachong. So we have a bigger choice of teachers and able to contribute in different ways. So the program as an independent school, not only they prepare for national exam, but apart from that, we have a lot of enrichment programs that suits different students. So some students may want to explore a little more in science research. So the independent school will be able to provide such resources. Whereas in a more traditional government school, they will not have so many students who are interested in research. So in Hwachong, every year we have over 100 students who like to do a long-term research program. And this research program are attached to the university. So for high school section, that means from 13 to 16 years old, the research program will be mentored by their own science teachers. But for the junior college, year 11 students, so these projects are usually mentored by the scientists and professors in the universities or our research institution, or even in some companies that do research. So we have partners who are willing to supervise the research of such students. So students are able to do something much more than what our teachers can give them. So there's opportunity that they have. I think each school have its own strength. For NUS High, it is a little special in the sense that they only concentrate on the science and mathematics. So a lot of the students there, they do not do the GCA level exam. They do the International Baccalaureate, the IB program, so which is slightly different. And they have dedicated time during the week for them to work on the research project. Whereas for the other school like Hwachong, we don't have a dedicated time in the curriculum. So students have to do their research in their free time. So these are mainly enrichment. So we do not concentrate on research. Research is something for enrichment that students will do outside the curriculum at their own time, and they will spend their school holidays going to the university laboratory to work on this. So for school like Hwachong, we don't have, the students are not able to use curriculum time for their research. Whereas NUS High, they are able to use curriculum time for their research. So other schools like National Junior College, NJC, they are very similar to Hwachong. And they also have quite a number of students who are interested in doing research. So they're able to have a dedicated pool of teachers, maybe about 5 or 10 teachers who are mentoring the students and are able to find partners from the university to supervise the students' research. Whereas for the other junior colleges, so in total there are about 15 junior colleges in Singapore, most of them will not have many such opportunities. They will have a few students, maybe less than 10 per school, who are interested in doing a long-term research program. But generally, all the schools are encouraged to have some enrichment workshops or courses. We call that the STEM program: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and including arts as well. So there'll be some kind of workshop, maybe a little short term, a few weeks. So whereas for Hwachong, We do have a long-term research program which can be as long as 9 months to 12 months. Generally, I think that for Hwachong, we look at science research as part of the education processes. So, for example, when they are doing a research, they are encouraged to think a little deeper and experience all the work that the scientists do. And there's a lot of hard work, and there's always a lot of failure. Things doesn't work, and they have to prepare the equipment. So this is part of the learning. At the end of it, we encourage students to participate in science fair. The largest in Singapore is called the SSCF, Singapore Science and Engineering Fair. So every year we have about 700 to 800 projects who wanted to participate in the SSCF. So after the first round, about 200 over projects will be selected for the poster round. So for us, we see the to participate in the science fair, they have to submit a written report. So for us, this written communication is very important. So when a student wants to participate, they have to write a report. And we call these teachable moments. So they really spend a lot of effort, a lot of time improving on their report, trying to articulate their thoughts and the various steps and the hypotheses and conclusions. So this written communication is very important. And if they are able to go to the final round, they will have to present a poster in front of a panel of judges. Usually can be about 5 or 6 judges coming at different time. So this oral presentation is another form of communication, which is very important. So students have to be able to articulate their thoughts orally to other people. They have to answer questions, and to us, this is also another important educational experience. So generally, these experiences are authentic experience because they are facing real judges who are experts in this area. So it's not an easy thing for students. Whereas in the classroom presentation is little artificial. Students are able to prepare, and they are presenting to their classmates who may not know as much as them. But in front of judges who are university professors or scientists from the research institutions, these are the real experts. So to us, this opportunity for students to go for oral presentation is a very valuable educational experience. And we do not really emphasize too much whether the student win or do not win a competition. The experience of going through the whole process will be a part of their educational experience. And to us, and we try to explain to students, that is the most valuable thing. If they happen to win, that is good. But the school really do not emphasize too much on whether they win or do not win. The world is changing very fast, and knowledge can be easily obtained through the internet, and also through your network of friends and other scientists. So we really now do not know how to prepare our young students for the future, because we also do not know, as educators, we also do not know what the future will be like. There are so many things like artificial intelligence that will make a lot of jobs obsolete. So as a young person, it's important to lay a strong foundation on certain core skills. Critical thinking is one of them. Critical thinking involves analyzing, evaluating, synthesizing, and able to ask questions such as how is it, what is it, why certain thing, and what if this and that. So these are the questions that we have to ask ourselves and make it a habit of asking. So it's important to be curious about things around you and do not take surface explanation so quickly. So whatever you see, some explanation, someone, your teacher may tell you, ask yourself, what if this, what if that, how things happen. And from there, it becomes a habit of the mind. And once it becomes a habit of mind, you have a strong foundation to do well in science. That's my thinking. So all the best. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. master's law in economic management, but I can challenge the student to think further. I tell my student, I'm not just okay. And then can I invite you to put your hand just on top, about 3 inches on top. Yeah. Put the base so yeah. Come on, try. Yeah. It won't be painful. Yeah. If it's painful, don't tell me.
How far about?
About 3 inches. Slowly.